Hello, this is Michelle A. Roberts, author of Affirmations for Success, here on Jerry Ross Live.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and welcome to Jerry Royce Live on Positive Power 21.org. I am the voice of Jerry Royce, and when it's all positive, it's all power. That's Positive Power 21. And today's sponsors are REI Heritage Tours, Cambridge, Maryland, home of Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad. Call 1-800-522-TOUR. Again, that's 1-800-522-TOUR to book your scenic driving tour with more than 30 sites related to freedom seekers in the 1800s. For more information, again, that's 1-800-522-TOUR. Also, they're preparing for their Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad Conference on June 13th and 14th to celebrate 150 years after her death. The keynote speaker is from Emmanuel College in Boston, Massachusetts. All right, so give them a call and set that up. That's going to be a very enlightening conference, and they do one every year. Also, we have Lori Williams, our beautiful songbird out of Washington, D.C. CDs are on sale on PositivePower21.org, and they're going fast. Limited stock, okay? We want to thank, let me not forget about Success Revolution Conference 2014 Business Expo. Agnes Akutun is the event coordinator, and that's going to be in Columbia, Maryland. On June, as a matter of fact, it's the same weekend as the conference for Harriet Tubman. So it's actually on the 14th, so that'll be a Saturday. I don't know why they didn't have that typed up there for me. I can't remember all this stuff, y'all. All right. We want to thank our guest yesterday, Mr. Bernard Blue Rowell, former DJ out of New York City. I think he lives from the Bronx, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll just put in Brooklyn just in case. So anyway, he has a book called Son, I Got Your Back. It's about bullying, how a father helped his son overcome bullies in the neighborhood. And my co-guest was Synovia Alexander. Oh, man, she's a big-time writing machine of an author. She puts out books, you just can't imagine. She has a book called Cultivated that she just released, and several more in the making. She's the writer and co-producer with Bernard Rowell on a new play coming out called Pastor Downfall, and they're looking for actors. So if you're interested in submitting your photographs or whatever, just go ahead and Google Bernard Blue Rowell on Facebook, and he will get in contact with you and let you know how you can get that done. All right. And, of course, we always want to thank our good friend Charlotte Raleigh Webb, our commissioned artist out of the Atlanta area. If you're interested in having a nice piece of art hung up in your mansion, contact www.charlotteRaleighWebb.com. That's double B. So you can Google her. And her agent is E. Joyce Moore. Everybody knows her. E. Joyce Moore, famous author of a new release called Clap. So check it out. All right, everybody. So tonight on the show, we have a very special guest. This is going to be a really good one here. We have Michelle Roberts. Michelle Roberts is a fighter and a winner. She said, I finally came to the conclusion after 17 years of marriage to a drug-addicted husband that he would not change. My father was not part of my life growing up, and I longed for the relationship, so I stayed too long. I was so depressed and carrying 268 pounds on a 5-foot frame. I thought, who would want a fat girl with 3 babies? I finally took charge of my life through much prayer and soul searching. I had life Gastric-By Pass Surgery, divorced my drug-addicted husband, went back to school and completed a BSM and MA from Shorter College, and now I am 2 classes away from starting my dissertation for my doctorate. Yes, it was hard. Yes, I cried. Yes, I complained sometimes, but I looked at my children and a fight for dear life rose up in me. Welcome to the show, Michelle Roberts. How are you doing tonight?
I am awesome, fabulous, and amazing, Jerry. Thank you so much for having me.
Amen. Welcome to Jerry Royce Live. We're so glad to have you on here. And look, I told you I was in a Mexican grill. I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant because they're not paying me for that. But I was on my Apple and I was looking you up, and I said, wow, because at one time I was like, I thought she was an author. I'm finding all this other stuff about you being a travel agent and a executive director of a nonprofit group, helping people. I said, so where's the book at? And, I'm going through it. Of course, I need a microscope to read this little thing. But I finally found it, and you're an author of a book called Affirmation for Success. All right. Now, I know I didn't cover everything because I know you have a long, fabulous life and a very interesting life. But tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll push on and let people know what you're doing right now, okay?
Absolutely. I am a native of Atlanta. Actually, I was born in Jacksonville, Florida, but I've been in Atlanta since I was 5, so I grew up here.
Wow.
And just love Atlanta. I love the people of Atlanta. I have a great tribe. I call them my mom and my 2 sisters, and they've been my support for just many, many years. Nothing like family. Have 3 beautiful children out of the union of the marriage that I'm no longer in. And all of them are doing well.
Good.
I am just enjoying life. I am living life like it's golden, honey.
That's right. So what happened? A light went off sometime between that 17 years and said, hey, enough is enough. He got to go. Or are you going? What happened?
We were married for 17 years. The last 10 years of our marriage, he was on drugs. He was on crack, cocaine.
Wow.
And I was raised in the church. So as a PK kid, they teach you to pray, believe God, fast, and all that kind of stuff. So I really, probably those first 2 or 3 years was just hoping that you got better and that kind of thing.
Right.
And then, I just kind of got depressed and just stayed. I gained weight, and I just didn't think nobody was gonna want me. With me and those babies. 3 kids is a lot.
That's
and
right.
I just stayed too long. And but what prompted me to go on and leave was because of my kids, because I felt that I was teaching my son that was all right to treat a woman that way, and I felt that my daughters would be looking for a man just like that, and they would end up taking care of him instead of, the king is supposed to take care of his queen, and they're helping.
Right.
So
right.
I didn't want to perpetuate that, and I didn't want that curse to be a generational curse, and I just wanted to bind that,
right.
And I just had to step out of it, and it was
what happened?
process.
So what happened? So God answered your prayers and gave you strength, courage, and power to so how you get rid of them? How you get rid of somebody who's sick? And the children looking right at you.
I put them in a drug treatment center. I sure did, because I didn't want his family to say that I just put them out on the street or any of those things. I put them in a drug treatment center, and that is where I took those papers at too. And I remember the day we were with his counselor, and what should have took probably 5 to 10 minutes took about 35 or 40 minutes, because he was like, it seems like you really love him. I said, I love him. And I said, sign right there. He signed one paper and said, I just want my family. And I said, you'll be able to see him sign right there. He signed the next page. We just went on and went on. But before I left that place, I had those papers signed, and that was the beginning of a new life for me.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about him. I know he's not here to defend himself, but we're just going to hear your side of the story. So what happened in the 7th year? Because, when you choose crack, man, it's a cheap drug, and it's a highly addictive drug, just like heroin. It's like the worst. So, was he in the marijuana and smoking cigarettes first or drinking? What happened?
He just began to go around people. We met at the church, and I think he thought that he was strong enough to go around other people and witness to them. And I think he just got caught up. If you're not strong enough to in that situation. Either you're going to fall or they're going to follow you. And I think he just fell into, being around old friends, and, they saying, man, it's not bad or something like that. I really don't know. He said he had a lot of pressure at the time, being, we were kind of young at that time. He's a little older than me, 4 years older than me. But with the stress of the family, and we had started a new business, a courier company, and I guess it was just a lot of stress going on for him, and that was his outlet.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Not everybody is meant to be in business, for themselves. So that can be. I mean, I know it's not an excuse.
He's no longer doing the drugs anymore. Now, we're not going to be back together, but he's off the drugs and, trying to live a productive life now.
Good. So now, is he still running a business, or he's doing something else?
He actually has started his business probably about 2 years now. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. All right, well, that's a testimony. It's a positive story. Now I know it's no room, because sometimes, like they say, they always try to say start your life over again, start fresh. Sometimes you do have to separate. But, how's his relationship with his 3 children?
They get better every day. It's a little. We have 3 children. I have a son, so him and my son, they kind of, you can't hurt your mama, hurt somebody's mama, and when it's a boy,
right.
And things are smooth. So they're working towards that. And girls, girls love their daddy. I just, no matter what. And one thing about it, I never kept them from seeing him when he was not doing drugs. So when he would have, little stints in between where he was clean, and those would be the times that they would be able to see him and that kind of stuff. So I never kept them from being from their father, because I didn't want them to resent me for that.
Right, that's right.
And that was very, very hard, because he didn't pay child support and he wasn't doing those kind of things. But the times when he could be there for them, whichever way that was, I did allow that to happen. So.
Yeah, I understand that. All right. Now, how old are your children?
They are 22, 20, and 19.
Okay, so they're young adults. Okay, but they won't forget. But like you said, now it was funny. I just saw a movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. He was incarcerated for robbing a bank or something like that. And he got released, and he was a chess player, real good chess player. He learned while he was on the inside against the master, and he decided, that he was going to open. I guess he was working for a school at the time, and he decided that he was going to teach young kids chess. But the thing about when he got out, he found out his son was locked up, but he wasn't going to be there long, and his daughter was actually studying to be a lawyer. Now, she was angry with him, and she kind of was always trying to remind him, like he's trying to build a relationship with kids that doesn't belong to him when he have his own 2. So he started really working hard to rebuild his relationship with his daughter, and she kind of started coming around because he got a house and he turned into a club for the chess players, and then eventually his son came around because he was kind of resisting them a while because he was never there for them. So I can understand sometimes how boys. They always say, when you listen to a lot of the football players, they thinking their mom, and then you get the inside story. The father's not there, but the father tries to come back. The father does they are trying to establish something, but the boys are always so resistant. They're not, like you said, they're not like the girls. The girls are more forgiving. Now, why is that? Why is that in your opinion? What's the deal with that?
I just think that boys need their father. So many. I couldn't teach my son to be a man, and so certain things he probably couldn't ask me. And just imagine, he's the only boy on my side of the family. Okay, so he has my mother. I have 2 sisters, and he has 2 sisters. So he was around a lot of women. Okay, I thank God that he's straight, but no offense to anybody who's not. Okay, but and then on the father's side, he has an aunt and of course his grandmother on that side. So he was around a lot of ladies. So I did try to get him. He was involved in sports, very good in baseball. So I really tried to have him around a lot of male figures, but it's nothing like your own father. And I think from time to time, you would see other fathers out there directing their sons. Now I was at every game that I could be at, but I couldn't help them. I'm not a sports person at all. So I would sit at the games, and I couldn't help them. I could only be there for support. I wasn't able to pitch the ball because I'm a girly girl. So I wasn't out there trying to throw balls with him, but I did put him in the best of everything to help him to hone his craft. But I think, as a child, he probably longed for that. And then his dad stole some stuff from him, like when he was little, he stole his Nintendo. I mean, that's devastating, back then.
Yeah.
And for me, he had to explain. I mean, our TV, we went through some stuff, So, and, to see me cry, I tried not to cry, but sometimes things was hard. And he experienced that, and after a while, he wanted to take upon that role of being, the male of the house.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of difficult. So, like I said, they're in the midst of really repairing all of them. It's just in different stages. I think it was easier for the girls because, like you said, they are more forgiving. And I think it's been better for them, though, because I did allow them to see him. And I never talked bad about him. I didn't lie to him about his drug addiction. I just said we had to pray for him, and he had a problem. And then as they got older, they really realized how bad it was. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, Mom, But
for real. I know it's unbelievable that's happening to your parent. This is the person you look up to. That's the person you want to go to for advice and help you with adulthood, but they weaker. So I know that was a little bit disturbing. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And we probably all needed to get some counseling, but it just wasn't in my financial realm at that time. So we had to do a lot of praying and just a lot of talking, a lot of venting, on our own. And but thank God we worked out. It worked out.
That's right, the power of word. Now, how about the church? Now, was the church there for you? I mean, a lot of times, you have the deacons and the ministers and the pastor. They train in, helping with counseling, family counseling. Were you able to seek that?
We did, and actually our pastor really they kind of adopted my son. And he hung out a lot with them, and I think that really helped quite a bit as well.
Good.
So I do have a very good church family, and they stepped up, and I kept them involved in the youth ministry at the church and all of that. So they, always had that around them. So
good. Now, before this happened, this church you're talking about right now, was this the church family you had when everything was going fine?
No, that was not.
Oh, so what happened? So you had to transition. I mean, was it because of the pride, the embarrassment that you decided you had to find another church home for help, or they just didn't have the resources for you?
They just didn't have the resources for me, and we had we had left that church, and I was looking for a new church home. So this is the church home that we found, and my ex-husband, he did eventually start coming to the church. When we were together. He's not there now. So I was kind of like in between churches, and it really got really bad because it was a point in my life I just didn't want to pray either. I'm just like, I don't pray, I don't fast it. What's going on? Just kind of all of that. And but if you've ever been raised in the church, and if it's in you, the Word of God says that if you train up a child in the way they should go, when they're old, they will not depart from it. And I had to go back to my roots. I had to go back and just get a covering, and that's where I began to find myself again, and being around positive people and like-minded people, and people that can lift me up at a time that I needed it. So
that's right. Good for you. All right, now. During all of this, you said you were getting depressed. You started picking up a lot of weight. You started thinking about your future. What happened? What made you decide? Okay, did you do the exercise first, change your eating habit, or you just went drastic and say, "Hey, I'm just going to do the surgery"?
No. I started off. I did every kind of diet there was. I would lose a little weight and gain it back, or it just wasn't they didn't come all the way off or something, just different things. I tried Denny Craig. I did Weight Watchers. I've done, honey, probably some everything, Atkins, all kind of diets, off and on. But after, actually, I sing. I don't sing anymore currently, but I was on the praise team at church for about probably 14 years. And my knees began to bother me because we had to stand a whole lot. But I thought I was getting arthritis in my knees, and I went to the doctor, and she said that I was morbidly obese. Now, I thought I was just pleasingly plump, honey, just big bone.
Like Chaka.
I was just like, what? So I was so mad at her. I left that doctor and went to another doctor because I said, this woman crazy. I was just in denial, and then I remember telling my mom about it, and they just got so quiet, Jerry. They just didn't say nothing, and I looked around, you talking, and you just realize ain't nobody saying nothing, anybody, I didn't have no Amy in corner. And then my mom she says to me, well, you know how sensitive you are, and I just began to cry. And I said, well, am I fat? Am I really fat? We kind of concerned about you. And that's when I really started doing some introspection and really stop being in denial and knew that I needed to do something. And I just wanted to live. I was borderline diabetic, and they were saying that if I kept on getting heavier, I might get hypertension. And I just didn't want any of that. And I looked into the surgery. Yes. I looked into the surgery, and it was just the best option. Matter of fact, it changed my life for the better. It's one of the best things that I can say that has happened with my life.
So what happens? So what's the deal with that surgery? I mean, what they do? They make the stomach smaller so you feel full. What's the deal with
smaller. They make it smaller. Mine's like the size of a fist. Probably my fist, not yours. I'm smaller than you. And so you eat. They give you a regimen. You actually have to go through quite a bit. I had to go through some psychological counseling because they want to make sure that you're doing it for the right reason and, tell you how to eat afterwards. And I'm the type of person, I'm going to do whatever the doctor says. So I've been very successful. It's been 9 years now for me. So
Wow.
Yeah. I had the surgery in 2005, and it's, 2014? So,
Yeah,
really
you look fantastic. Yeah, you look fantastic. Now, are you working out now? Are you running, walking, lifting weights? What are you doing?
I walk, and I keep my diet, and I watch what I eat.
Okay, so you're a vegetarian or just small portions? I said, are you a vegetarian or just small portions?
Small portions. I do a lot of juicing, though. I do juicing in the morning. One day a week, I just do juicing all day. And then I just do a high-protein, low-fat diet. Very rare. I don't do a lot of breads and carbs and stuff like that and do protein shakes. One of the things you have to do is, I always have to supplement my diet with, multivitamin, iron, and D, and magnesium, and different stuff like that. And I just watch what I eat, and I walk. I want to get me a personal trainer because, as you get older, they say you need to do weights,
Yeah, the weights are good.
I'm interested in doing that.
So that's a good idea to get a trainer. That's right. And that's a good idea to get a trainer because if you don't lift the weights correctly, you can really injure yourself. And it takes a long time to heal when you get
I don't
older.
want to do it.
That's right. So you definitely, and as long as it's resistant, you got those bands and everything. And, the ball, the balance ball is great. But I'd say once you get with a trainer, he shows you a good, different series of exercises, you'll find out that you're really going to enjoy it because you know the purpose of doing it all, Especially if you say, you want to enter like a 5K walk or race. I always think if you're thinking about being competitive, challenging yourself, that's always the biggest incentive to work out, So that is fantastic. I'm happy for you. All right. Now, we're going to get in your book in a little bit, but okay, so what's going on with the travel agency? So this is your thing, the travel agency and the nonprofit group. Is that your group, Harvest Net Enterprises?
That's correct. We've been in existence for four or 5 years now, and we do the summer food program. We're sponsored through the USDA, and we feed over between 3,000 to 5,000 kids per summer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a summer program?
It's a summer
kids.
food program. Some people call it the Feed a Kid program. I don't know. Back in my day, they would give you like a little. You go to the rec center. You know, they would have the milk and the juice and the fruit and the sandwiches or whatever. But we make ours different because we give hot meals. We do one cold meal and one hot meal. So
the kids are. So are the kids with you all day, or they just come for breakfast and then they come back again for lunch?
We actually service different centers, like the Boys and Girls Club, or whoever's doing a camp at that time. It could be a camp at a park. Somebody could have a camp in the neighborhood. So we service the sites. We bring them the food.
Oh, okay. So they just sign up, and then you know how many kids are going to get fed.
Exactly.
Oh, that is fantastic. Wow, so parents don't have to worry about that. That is great. That's great. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you now on your website you're talking about monthly meetings with the women's entrepreneurs and establishing some kind of other kind of connections. So what's going on? Are you establishing like a professional women's group to mentor women in business?
I'm a part of this. Two different groups. One is called Experience Connections, and I have about 20 to 25 women that come to my home every month, different women, and I only have one per industry. So if it's a Mary Kay person or somebody's in travel or whatever they are, they come, they have 3 to 5 minutes to tell us about their business, and then we collaborate on how we can help them to build their business. Because just because I am in travel, I don't necessarily know your friends. You may have a friend or just getting ready to get married or, want to travel somewhere. I may know someone that wants your makeup or your insurance or whatever it is. So we talk about collaborating together and how we can build one another up and build our networks. So it's a win-win. So we have dinner, and we talk about, the challenges of being in business. And I'm very good with social media, so a lot of times I'll give them tips on social media, and, free advertising and that kind of thing. Right. So it's very empowering. And the other group I'm a part of is the American Business Women's Association, where, it's the national association with the local chapter where we do a lot of professional business building tips and, resume writing, and I do a lot of community events as well.
Okay. Now, are you a motivational speaker too? Because you came on with so much energy and excitement. Bringing that pull. You talked about positive energy. Yeah. What's up with that?
Absolutely. I do speak as well. Some of my topics are, of course, divorce is not a destroyer. Okay. Single moms are winners. One of my favorite topics is why you have such a pretty face is not a compliment.
Oh, really?
And winning the battle over weight, of course, because I've done that, and the power of owning your own business.
That's right. Being in business, nothing like it. Nothing like it. All right. Okay. Well, look, we covered a lot about what you do, So you ready to talk about your book?
Absolutely. That's where I'm here for, to talk about my book now.
That's right. All right. So the name of your book is Affirmations for Success. So I'm taking that all this came from what happened earlier, in your marriage, how your life was almost destroyed, and how you overcame all this stuff. And so this is what, to help other people? Tell us about it.
The reason I came up with Affirmations for Success is I believe in the power of spoken word, and that you can speak either life to yourself or you can speak death. And I came to a place in my life that, and I love the Word of God, but I just needed other things as well to build me up. And the purpose of affirmations is to train your mind to think differently, and then you begin to speak differently so that you can obtain what you desire. So, sometimes people, you say the same things over and over, or you can say different things over and over. But whatever it is to frame your world. So for me, I came up with several, about 8 sections, money and wealth, because I believe in that. God's favor, because I believe people need to tap into God's favor. Love and relationships, because I haven't given up on love. Wealth and abundance, because there's a difference in being wealthy. Motivation, the brain and the mind, because I think, as a man thinks, so is he. Sales and business, because I am an entrepreneur. And marriage and relationships, because I believe in marriage. Although mine did not work, I just believe that, there is a Boaz out there looking for their roots. So I'm just, working and being busy until he finds me. How about that?
That's right. I always believe it's like 2 to 3 people for each person. So the first person don't work out. There's another one out there waiting in the wings. You just have to cross that person's path.
I heard somebody say good, better, best. So you just never know.
That's right. You never know. And I mean, since I've been doing this show, before I started actually interviewing authors, because I find you guys to be so fascinating, and because you know how to open your mind up and travel with it. I was actually doing shows on relationships with people that were kind of in my circle, and it was so many people that have met recently who had met their significant other online.
Wow.
It was incredible. Yeah, one of my very good friends. We've been friends maybe I say a year in June. He met his girlfriend is actually from I believe Switzerland.
Wow.
And I was like, I said, I didn't know black people lived in Switzerland. Anyway, and he's from Africa. But he was born here. He's been here since he was 2. She just recently came over here, and they both have very good jobs in social media and computer IT, and they've been very happy. And then there was a couple other couples had met on. My best friend met his wife online. One of those eHarmonies. She was in Chicago. He was in Baltimore, and they were meeting halfway, several times a month, and now they have a home here in Baltimore, doing well.
Awesome.
So you're not limited to just trying to find your significant other in the city you live in.
That's true. That's true.
Right? Make it happen.
I think that's great. I haven't had any success on the online thing. I guess I've met the cray-crays. So.
Yeah, I mean, you on there looking so fabulous and everything. Those the guys are not afraid. See, they're not afraid of you. See, the guy. See, most of the guys that these women met are shy guys.
Okay.
Right, they're shy guys. They're not the ones going to be the first ones going to be emailing you all day. They, they waiting in the wings. I mean, I think it was 3 couples total, 4 total, but 3, the guys were really shy. Otherwise, if they were in a room with a bunch of other like pretty boys and those players, you wouldn't even notice those guys. But with the power of the internet, with patience, and it happened. It happened. So it's going to happen for you. I can feel it. Remember the power of words, right?
I believe it. I'm not even worried.
That's right. It will come.
Preparing me and preparing him at the same time.
That's right. Who knows? Your travel age, you may meet him on one of those fabulous trips you're probably going to sponsor soon.
I know.
You never know.
You never know.
That's right.
I'm planning a trip to Europe soon, so you never know. European men like black women.
All righty. Affirmation for success. Now, you do have one review, and Timothy says, Affirmation for Success is an excellent book filled with awesome confessions that I've added to my daily devotions. I feel empowered and confident that as I profess these affirmations, they will manifest in my life. I highly recommend this book. Wow, that is great. Now, do you have it with you right now?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Oh, would you mind sharing a few of these affirmations with us?
I would love to. My favorite section is God's favor, because I really believe that people need to tap into more of God's favor. But before any of my affirmations, I always say this, Jerry. You practice the following affirmations along with practical application, and you will see manifestation. Because it's not just in the words, it's in believing what you say and in doing certain things yourself, okay?
That's right.
Absolutely. But this is God's favors. This is one of my favorite sections, and here's a few. The favor of God goes before me and produces success in my life. Because I have the favor of God on my life, I will not be defeated. The favor of God is on my life, and the enemy never triumphs over me.
That's powerful words.
Absolutely.
Love
like I said, of course, one of my other sections that I love is love and relationships. So this is one of the ones I say all the time. I easily attract love into my life. Healthy relationships are a wonderful pattern for me. All of my relationships are loving and harmonious. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I love that. Love that. I mean, that can also be friends. You know, you're always looking for. You know, sometimes I'm thinking like your old friends. You know, they're always going to be your homeboys, your homegirls. You know, you kind of outgrow each other as you get older because everybody moving to different professions and you know, their status changes. You know, you take on new friends. I think you know, you attract these people in your circle. You know, sometimes you can become what they are. You know, if they're a little higher up in their financial status, and that's where you want to be, sometimes you can learn from them.
Absolutely. You know? I definitely believe that. Iron sharpens iron, and I think if you want to be an eagle, you can't be hanging out with chickens. So
that's right. Because they can't fly.
They can't fly, right?
That's right. They can't fly. That's right. You want to live jet. You're right. You can't be hanging with no one that's grounded. All right.
I love that. Absolutely not.
That's right. Beautiful. That is beautiful. All right. Because Timothy, he really seemed like this is something that he made part of his life the way he had wrote this. You know, he said he added it to his daily devotion. So along with whatever else he's doing. Now, is that something you're doing? So you're adding just some scripture and your affirmations in your daily reading?
Well, in my daily, yes, I believe in the power of prayer because I am a woman of faith. So yes, I do. I pray and I believe God as well. But these are affirmations are some of the things I just kind of put around the house. Put up. I believe in doing vision boards. So on my vision board, I have several different things, like especially about my business and my money. One of the things I have on there about money is I bless my checkbook, and each check I write, I give thanks that the money going out is now coming back into my bank accounts tenfold. I give thanks that my bank accounts are filling up rapidly with money. So,
that's right.
Those are things that, overflowing, that I just kind of put around. And, as you see them, your subconscious mind, it absorbs those things. And every now and I also will put them on tape, just kind of listen to them at night. So they're playing, and as I'm sleeping, they're entering my spirit, So, I'm attracting those things because I call them in. And have you ever been around people, Jerry, and they're always speaking negative, and they're saying, nothing ever happens good happens to me.
Yeah.
And you look at them, and you're like, hey, ain't nothing ever good happening. Well, now both of y'all are in agreement. You don't even realize you're in agreement with them. You just looking at his life and the things that they're saying. But then you also see the people, and you're like, God, they always got it going on. Something's always good happening to that person. And that person is believing, that good things are coming. Good things are coming. Even when they get, like I tell people all the time, even when I get lemons, I make lemonade. I'm going to make the best out of every situation.
That's right.
That's
right.
That's
so right.
my duty to do that, and I want the best life for me. And, the good life for me may not be, for me is wealth and riches. But for somebody else, it may be health. Whatever that good life is, you can have that. And I don't discount, whatever, because everybody's not going to be believing God for the millionaire status or the billionaire status. If they just want to be a $100,000, then, hey, get your 100, boo. That's what I say.
I hear you. Now, tell me about your friends. Now, since, you changed your life so much, for the better, for the betterment, what are your friends like? Did you have to change your friends?
I have outgrown some of my friends, and I have changed my circle. One of my mentors is actually a millionaire. Because that's one of the statuses that I want to be in. And it took a process, but now I'm being mentored, in the things to do and growing my business to get to that next level. So, I did have to change my friends. I did have to. Some of my older friends, they're happy for you, but sometimes people say that they're happy, but their actions don't follow it, and you see that as well. And sometimes people just kind of I think God just kind of allowed them to just kind of drop off, because life does happen. You know, some people have families, you know, their children, and they're doing different things, so we're all busy, you know. But the true friends, you know, they're there. And, of course, my family, they're very supportive, my mom and my sisters. I just thank God for them. I call them, that's my tribe, honey. Anything they know, you know, if this is my power to get, they will have it. So.
That's beautiful. Now, like you said, the ones you outgrow, and even like you said, the ones that say they're happy for you. So it's almost like you can't share everything with everybody. So only certain people you can really. Now, do you like people? Do you have a friend that's really honest with you to kind of help keep you in check, keep you in humility? That, you know, that's the one that's going to be like, uh-oh, girl, you know, watch out. I see
I do.
But bring it down a notch, you know. But they're in your best, they're in your corner, and you love them for it. But you know, they real, you know.
I think you always need that person, and I'm that person too for a lot of my friends. I'm the voice of reason. You know, I see the big picture, but I also want you to keep, you know, be a realist. You know.
That's right. That's right. And then you have some that's kind of like your cheerleaders. No matter what you're doing, they're gonna be happy and rooting for you. You know, you could be wrong as wrong, but they still cheering for you. Yeah, you gotta love them though. You sometimes you need them though, because it's gonna be some hard times. And you need them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody, you know, every joint supplies. You know, everybody has a part to play. Just like we have a part to play. You know, your show, you're encouraging. You have, you know, authors such as myself to enlighten the world about what we're doing. So everybody has a part to play. You just have to know what your part is and do it with a passion, and you'll get the results that you're needing.
That is true. And I know what I'm aiming for. I want to see podcasts become like mainstream radio, because it's like cable. You know, you turn on and watch what you want to watch, not what the producers and the network heads tell you to listen to and watch. You know, it's like, okay, what I feel like listening to, what I feel like watching right now. Do I feel like dealing with Jerry Royce tonight? Let's see what fabulous guest he has on tonight. You know, what book I may pick up, what he recommends. Let me read his newsletter, you know, or I can put him on hold for a month, come back later, you know. So, you know, I like it like this. And I'm hoping, you know, I do. It's part of our new world, you know. Like we underground.
It's like
you know,
a
moving like
you're you know, doing the path, you know.
Yeah, that's right. We moving like Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass, you know.
All right now.
That's right. This help, you know, this helping the people, you know, find out about each other. Because, you know, you think about, you know, even though we have all this communication out here and you have all these different communities, you know, we're just so segregated right now, people. You know, it's not like back in the day everybody did business with one another because they lived in the same community. Our communities are just so stretched out. To me, it was more damaging to divide us like we have, because then our money left our community. We can't even do business with one another anymore because we can't find each other.
That's true. So it has to be a way for people to find, you know. So the internet, you know, is definitely a way, you know, for people to find.
And that's when we got to really understand what networking is about now, because, you know, now that I know what you do, if somebody say, hey, you know, a travel agent, bam, Google Michelle Roberts. Just like today, I recommended an editor to someone up in New York, and this person is down south, I believe in South Carolina, that I recommended. Yeah. Awesome. So, I thought that was so powerful that was able to happen like that. But, all right, I'm ready for some more words, some more powerful words.
Well, all right. I have some for you.
All right.
This is going to be a section on money. Money comes to me easily. Every door of opportunity is available for me now. I am a money magnet.
I like that. Write that on a post-it and stick it on the mirror. Yeah. Money. So is it one whole chapter like that, or you just broke it down and then you move to another section after that on money? How does that work? Uh-oh. Is she still there? Michelle, you still there? Okay, I think we may have lost Michelle. Well, she's back. You back, Michelle? Oh, she on mute. You back?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We lost you for a little bit. Okay.
Yes.
You was reading the piece on money. Were you able to finish it before the call dropped?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty short. Try it again. Let's hear it again. I can always edit that piece.
You want me to start now?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything I touch returns riches to me. I feel great about large sums of money coming into my hand. Prosperity flows freely into my life. There is always abundance everywhere. I am constantly adding extra income to my bottom line.
Love it. So now a person owns this book. What should they do with that? Should they cut it out? Should they photocopy it, put it on a Post-it note, stick it on their mirrors, put it in their closet, on their desk? What was your recommendation to get this to flow in their mind?
I would recommend that they do all of everything that you named. I have stuff on my screensaver. I have Post-it notes. I have on my cell phone, like I said, I'll record my voice saying them and play them over and over. I have them on a vision board. So every place that they kind of, I have some on the refrigerator, that are just wait and the delight is the Lord, so I don't overeat.
That's right.
So everywhere that they will kind of go in the bathroom. I know men look in the mirror too, but I'm always putting on makeup and stuff. So I have some in the bathroom. I'm always saying that my youth is renewed like the eagles. So people always say, "Oh, you don't look your age." I'm like, "Oh, I know, because honey, I confess that over my life."
That's right. That's right. That's right. Amen to that. Now, okay, so you did the piece on relationship. You did money. What's another powerful piece that you recommend to someone if they pick up this book?
One of the great sections, as I age gracefully, is the brain and the mind, because I just believe that you don't have to, that you can recall things and that you can, be your best self with your mind. So some of the ones about the brain and the mind is my brain power is increasing daily. My learning capacities are increasing with each passing day. I absorb all learning material, and I can easily recall it when required. I am a creative genius.
Love that. So that's me. I always like creating. So I just got to, this is the only job I have right now that I can create. I had a job that I was creating, but that was just a detail. But I'm trying to claim that job back. They just been moving people around, my people. All right, affirmation for success, $9.99, and that's on the download. So I think it was $13 on the paperback.
$12.99.
Okay, all right. Now let's talk a little bit about how you're marketing your book. So what are you doing about marketing? So now you said you're the social media, you didn't say guru, but you said you're really good at it. What are you doing for your book? How are you going to make it successful?
I do have help. L.A.T. Boyd, she's doing a virtual tour for me, so she's really helping me get a whole lot of on Blog Talk radio spots and get me into different word markets, people that have magazines and that kind of thing. So she's helping quite a bit. But, of course, I'm all over social media, on Twitter, on Facebook. It's one of my favorites, of course. I've been a Facebook person for quite some time. So I just promote it through there. And anywhere I go, on my car, I got affirmations for success on there. Whenever I'm out and about, I have cards. So I give them away, like for liking my page or something like that. just different promotions to just kind of get the word out everywhere. Plus, I have friends that share, my book and my story. And I've been getting different speaking engagements, and a lot of times, that even broadens the audience for me as well. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So are you doing book signings and book festivals?
Mm-hmm.
So how's that working for you?
Well, my official book release and signing is June the 12th. It's going to be at the City Club of Buckhead here in Atlanta.
Oh, I've been there before.
Oh, have you? Oh, that's a nice place.
Yeah, I like Buckhead.
Oh, yeah, I love Buckhead. Then I have a speaking engagement, I think June 22nd at the, it's called Pearls and Diamonds Conference. So I'll be selling my books there. I have a signing in Savannah in October. It's an Authors Fest that I've been invited to, so I'll be there. And just working with LAT Boyd to get some other places.
That's
if you hear anything, please let me know.
That's right. Yeah, I'm hoping one day if I ever get an opportunity to get my events calendar going, but it seemed like it's going to be a task at hand. I'm going to find some time to put that thing together. Because there's some really enriching events going on where, a lot of these people who are giving them are promoting more so trying to get exhibitors than like marketing for the audience to be there. Because they can't, it's hard for them to do both. But I think every year, if you're pretty consistent about having it at the same time, you start seeing more and more people show up. And it's great because you have vendors there that otherwise, if you didn't know where their website was located, you have no idea that they exist. So that is fantastic. I'm glad to see a lot of people hold these type events. That is wonderful. Great. Now, this person you're talking about, Ms. Boyd, she didn't know about Positive Power because I found you on my own. I found you on Twitter. I was following you.
I know, but she has helped me to increase my Twitter following because I was not using Twitter like that.
Oh, so I mean, so she's tweeting you, or you were tweeting yourself?
She was tweet something, and then she's been tweeting me quite a bit, and then I'll retweet it based upon what she's doing.
Yeah, because you know what, I liked your picture. I was looking at your picture because for the last few weeks since we've been interviewing authors, my producer's been booking a lot of these younger. Southerners, that's doing a lot of these street lit and urban. I want to kind of open it up to some nonfiction books, all this fiction stuff. I mean, they tell fantastic stories and they're excellent writers, but I said, but people need some things to help them because a lot of times you keep reading the same books all the time, you become these maniac characters sometimes, but some of them have some really positive characters because all the young ladies are writing about black women with college degrees and living, the fabulous life, but then they got these bad boys, they're dealing with. So you keep reading about this. That's all you're going to attract. So right. I think your book should be on their list, so they can reset everything.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, because I got into a couple of the books that was recommended, because a lot of times once the authors start releasing several books, they start having free Kindle versions available, and you can read just to see what the writer's style is like, and if there's somebody you like to follow. But like you said, you keep reading that stuff, you become it. Yeah. So I'm glad. I say you're a blessing. So we got to get you out there on our home page to get affirmation for success and publicity. All right? We can do that for you.
So. And thank you so much for having me. I just really appreciate the opportunity and just reaching out. Just like been talking to a great friend. I just love your format.
Yeah, and I always believe that, this is funny. You think about what you were like when you're young, and I remember every school I went to, I was always voted the most friendliest. And my last job when I was with the health department, our job was to do outreach to families who had children that had lead paint poison. And, of course, when you're dealing with something sensitive like your child is sick and you have to pack up everything and move out your house, that could be very stressful. And I got really good at, keeping them calm and understanding the process. You know, and I had that job for I think 4 or 5 years, and I got really, really good with meeting a person for the first time, and them allowing you to walk through their house and go through their personal things. You have to have a magic personality to do that, you know. And and also having customer service, working at Blue Cross, talking to people who's dealing with terminal illnesses and their families. You know, they calling you for information. It's not always going to be good news they're going to hear, because insurance is not always going to pick up everything. But you have to, have a certain technique to how to do that. So I think God blessed me with, that personality. So I was glad I was able to put it together with this format and help you guys out. Yeah.
I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. Like we've known each other for years, right?
I know. Okay.
But I loved your story, and I say, hey, sit down one day and write it out.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Jerry, that's what I'm working on. I'm working on telling my story and putting it onto pen to paper. So that's going to be one of my next releases, actually.
Good. So you have to let us know.
Yeah, I will.
So how long? So how long you think the release? How far along are you?
I am about halfway through. The title is "Divorce Is Not a Destroyer." Look at the diva.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I'm about halfway through. I figure by Christmas time I should be done. Because,
good.
I'm promoting, this and, working and, of course, businesses and everything. So, I'm chopping away at it.
Good. That is good. I'm so happy for you. And we need stuff like that because people are going through some stuff. I think God has ordained people. Everybody's going to have their issues. We all have them. But it's going to be a time that you're going to have to have a testimony. And somebody's going to hear that, and they're going to be going through that at the time, and it's going to give them strength and power and encouragement. So
I agree, and I think that one of the reasons we go through things is so that we can help others. I mean, I don't just think it's for it to be buried. It's for us to help somebody else, because somewhere down the line, you're going to meet somebody and you're going to be able to encourage them and say, "Girl, I made it through," and they're going to be like, "Well, how did you do it?" Or they're going to say, "Jerry, how did you do that? How did you overcome? How did you build your business? How did you build a podcast empire? Because you're going to build an empire. I just see it on you."
That's right. That's right. I'm claiming it too. Yeah. And it's funny you say that, Michelle, because, you think about, some of these people's skill set that God has blessed them with, but they sitting in jobs that, it'll never happen. You're sitting there. And it could be a great paying job. I mean, I work for the government. My job before I got into the leadership development program was a great job, coming out of high school or first year college. But when you start sitting in there, it's 7 years, then 9 years, then 10 years. And, some people get depressed from those type of jobs, where you don't really have no people. Like some people, I say people persons, they have to deal with people. They can't sit at an accounting job and they'll go crazy. That's not for them. God gave them another type of skill to do this and do that. Absolutely. So, you have to really be careful how you choose your career. It could damage you. It could cause, like what happened to your husband. Who knows what caused him to get into drugs. Just, because it's not the kind of stress that you're going to enjoy. Because this is stressful. Every day I come on, I never know when the internet going to be acting crazy. Or, I'm going to have a smooth connection, a good recording, and then I'm going to come back and say, hey, would you like for us to promote your show, help you make more money? How am I ask for something when the recording is bad? So, it's like, it's a bit, have a good guess, those kind of things. But for somebody like me, because I enjoy technology, I know everything is not going to be perfect, I can handle it. It's good stress. Good stress. Just like with you doing your travel. What's going to happen? People pay you all this money, and then something happens to the ship, or the plane is delayed, or the hotel lights went out, and they're going to call you first, right?
Absolutely, they do call. That's exactly what they do. But I do encourage travel insurance. So a lot of times our people do not want to get it, but I tell them.
That's right. They should know now. Where those ships been acting crazy the last few years.
Absolutely.
You better get it.
Keep your passport, because a lot of times people want to travel with just their birth certificate, and that's cool. But if something happens and you need to be flown out, if you don't have a passport, you will sit with that ship until they rescue you. So,
That's
you know,
right.
it's very important to have travel insurance. It's very important to have your passport.
Have a passport updated. That's right. I think I got to get mine updated next year. All right. Well, shoot, Michelle A. Roberts, author of Affirmation for Success, travel agent, entrepreneur, future book in the making. What did you say? Divorce is Not a Conqueror is in the works. That's right. That's right. Amen. All right, Michelle. Well, before we go, is there anything you'd like to say to the audience before we close out the show?
Well, I just want to thank Jerry-Royce-Live for having me on the show. I really appreciate you supporting me. As a new author, I just pray blessings and favor upon everything that you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, we really appreciate that. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget about the resume guide at www.career-image.com, fasttechsolution.net. They're all on the website. Click them if you need some help with your computer or you need a consultant. They're all there to help you, just like everybody that comes on the show. Everybody's here to connect. And let's do it. Let's make it work, y'all. Let's work. I'm Jerry Royce Live. We out. Have a good evening, everybody. And continue to visit positivepower21.org. Thank you. All right, my music is coming on the second, Michelle. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you being on. All right.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great one.
Thank you for tuning in to the Positive Power 21 Network. Team 21 would like to thank you all for tuning in, and please spread the word and tell a friend. This is Jerry Royce at Positive Power 21, where we get our positive on.